Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more Hearthstone Arena, and we're actually going to be starting a brand new round because I finished the last one. I completely forgot that I was doing the series, and I'm like, oh, let me play some arena games. And then it was complete. So let's go ahead and start a whole new deck, a whole new round. We're going to be playing as the Druid. Sounds good to me. And oh my lord. Cenarius or Onyxia? I think we'll go with good old Cenarius. So the Druid deck that we're gonna build, I'm thinking here, pick a Claw, or we could go with a Mark of Nature. Claw is really nice for early game removal. Mark of Nature is also really nice to pump up your creatures. I don't know that we're probably not gonna be playing a Swarm deck, so the Cult Master isn't going to be that effective here. Let's go with a Claw. Some early game removal is nice to have. We could go with the Moonfire. There's the Thramel Farseer or the Argent Squire. Squire's nice because we do have the Divine Shield, and I almost prefer it to Moonfire. I would go maybe Moonfire if I was doing a Spell Power deck, but I don't think so. And actually, you know what? This can be really good, especially with the pump up that we have. So why don't we go with him? Because our deck does have quite a bit of pump up, such as this Power of the Wild here. Why don't we pick that? Sounds good to me. And there's nice late game in the Iron Bark Protector. It's also Wrath, which is nice. Early removal. I like the late game. I'm gonna try to space things out nice and evenly here. Go with the Wrath out of these three. Probably Mark of Nature. Sounds good to me. Corehound, definitely not going with the Deckhand, so it's between the Corehound and the Brewmaster. Of those two, I think the Brewmaster is going to be nice to have, especially with some Battlecry stuff if we get any of those going through. Lord of the Arena or we could go with the extra boost there. Let's go with the Lord of the Arena. Let's go with consistency more than anything. All right, let's see. Bite, Abomination, definitely not Arcane Golem. Well, we don't have, I'm not planning on having a lot of small creatures, so the A-Bomb could be pretty nice. Well, let's go with the Abomination. Naturalize, nice to have creature removal. Let's pick that up. The Youthful Brewmaster. Good with Battle Cries. We haven't had a lot so far, but case we get in. Like, this is a great, it'd be nice for like a Druid of the Claw, for example. Druid of the Claw I absolutely love. Card draw is great, but I'm gonna stick with the Druid for now. Might get some card draw from something else later on. Razorfen Hunter is probably preferred out of these three. Mark of Nature, sounds good to me. Two of those now in play. 3/5 Taunt, we could go with the Swamp Ooze for any weapon opponents that we might play against, although there aren't a lot of them. I mean, there's an okay amount. I like the Taunt. It's reliable. I like Druid of the Claw out of these three. We already have one Iron Bark Protector. Druid of the Claw can be pretty ridiculous. It can be a 4/6 Taunt if need be. Out of these three, I think I might go for the Death Rattle. The Raid Leader is nice, but with the lower defense, plus the fact that this is more for an early game Swarm deck. Harvest Golem is probably the better out of those three. Go with another Harvest Golem or a Leper Gnome. I guess it wouldn't hurt to have one Healing Touch, but I don't know. Let's go with another one of these. I really like those. Oh, here we go. Okay, either the Ancient of War or the Ancient of Lore. This is a nice big old creature that can be a 10/5 or a 5/10 with Taunt. Or we can go with the card draw or the health gain plus that straight up 5/5. Let's go with the Ancient of War. So far, as you can see, we're definitely playing this more defensive. Lots of taunts sitting here. Wild Growth is kind of nice. Swipe is really nice. Nice removal. Let's go with the Stormwind Champion. Nice late game to pump up our other guys. Power of the Wild sounds good to me. I'm liking the way this deck's going so far. We already have 2 Harvest Golems. We've got 2 bounce back creatures with both Brewmasters. Why don't we go with the Innervate for the little ramp up. Let's go with another Naturalize, creature removal. Soul of the Forest, kind of a no-brainer. It is unbelievably good. Power of the Wild. We've got a lot of taunt already, so why don't we go with that one? Let's go with the Innervate, ramp up. I'm gonna have 2 of those in the deck now. And Nourish or Bite. I like the Nourish. That's the deck. All right, Druid deck in action. Here we go. Yeah, I apologize. I I played that first arena. It went pretty well. Like I said, we started off 2-0. And then I ended up going 6-3, which is, you know, that I think that's respectable. Honestly, anything like 5-3 and above, I think is pretty respectable. So, but anyways, we'll see what we can do with the Druid deck, because this is what we have now. All right, starting off with a Naturalize, not really an early game card, so let's push that aside. We'll go with the Nourish. That's, I guess we could hold on to the Nourish, but let's dump those other 2. See if we get any of our early game. There we go, Razorfen Hunter also sitting on the Abomination. Sounds good to me. And of course we draw into the Naturalize, but whatever. So right now, turn 2 is looking to be a Shapeshift. Let's see what he's dropped. Perfect! Thanks for playing that. Free kill. Certainly uses up my turn, but ooh, we could also... Nah, not gonna bother. Let's go with this. Play it nice and safe. We don't even take any damage because only the armor gets removed. We get rid of his Wind Fury creature. Druid, just like the Rogue and the Mage, really good against decks with lots of early game tiny creatures. So I'm absolutely loving having the Innervate. I'm actually really happy with what we ended up getting for RNG for this Druid deck. I think this build is not bad. We'll see how it shapes up. Leper Gnome, I think we'll actually probably attack into that. The other option is to throw down the A-Bomb with the Innervate. But why not save him? You know what I mean? We could go with this, too, and then with the 1/1 swing him next turn, so we'll end up taking 4. What to do? I guess we take 4 here anyways, and at least this way I have some control over it. And I'm not popping anything. So yeah, sure. Gonna swing into it. We'll take the 4, bring us down to 27, minus the armor. I keep my creatures in play. Don't end up sacrificing anything, except for a little bit of health. And you know what? In a game like this, just like in Magic, sacrificing a little bit of health for an advantage is okay. I mean, I haven't even played anything yet. We've been sitting on our hand, and we've gotten rid of 2 of his cards so far. We've taken 3 damage. So it's like, take 3 damage, force them to discard 2 cards. Okay, that's an acceptable trade, if you ask me. What is he going with here? Ah, the boar. So this could be a turn to swipe, actually. Sure, we're gonna swipe. 4 damage to that, 1 damage across the board. And end the turn. This first game is starting off, I am very pleased. We've only used 1 card so far. I am very pleased with this first game. All right, so he's got the Demolisher now. Could just go with the A-Bomb at this point. Could do A-Bomb and pump him up. Although that's not really necessary. So let's just place down the A-Bomb and pass the turn. 2 damage goes to him. So we actually could finish it off. but he would end up sacrificing everything he has if he does. Let's see how this ends up playing out, though, because he does have stuff in his hand. He does not want to pop the Divine Shield before he kills the A-Bomb, because then he loses his 1/1. Now, the deck that we constructed here, this is like a control Druid deck. It's slower, lots of taunt, get some removal tossed in there as well. See what he's got? Slam for 2 damage, gonna kill it off. 2 damage across the board, just pops his shield. Then he can swing me for 2. So we're at 22, he's at 29 with the armor. Lord of the Arena. Sounds good.
The gates are open.
2 damage goes through to me. We should be able to kill the Demolisher next turn, unless he can get rid of this. He could probably deal 1 damage to it and execute it if he's sitting on one of those.
Join or die.
Cult Master, okay. Armor's up. He does not want to attack. Oh, okay. He's throwing away to draw. I see. Smart. Throwing away cards to draw. That's smart. Not a bad move. Alright, we're gonna do this turn, actually. I could go with this to pump him up quite a bit. He already has taunt, so the only gain would be the +4 health. But then I could get rid of this and still live. So I'm gonna do it. We're gonna go like this. +4 health and taunt. Get rid of this.
Farewell.
Still alive. And then now, finally, I'm actually gonna throw this guy down. We've been sitting on him all game, but I think that was a good turn, because next turn I could power the Wild and hit for pretty hard. Let's see what he has. Execute would be good for the Lord of the Arena. He could Whirlwind to get rid of this, get these guys down to 2, and then he could slam this. He could Brawl, but 4/3 charge. All right, so he kills my taunt here, or yep, kills my taunt here. What am I thinking? Could do this with charge. Sure.
Where shall I strike?
Plus this. +1/+1. Rock on. Got the Nourish, which we are obviously at this point in the game going to use to draw 3 cards. Which will at that point give us a significant card advantage.
Just me and Mr.
2/4, that's fine. Then he armors up, also fine. Oh, you know what? I can Brewmaster here. Watch this. Go like this. Go like this. Brewmaster. Bring him back. Drop him down with a charge. Go like this. Hit for 7. Now, it might not seem like we're at an advantage because, I mean, he's got 4 cards, I've got 4 cards. Oh, I guess it does because I've got this full board. I was just going to say, we've got the same number of cards and roughly this, actually the exact same number of health considering the armor. But I also have a full board.
I wonder.
They'll never know what hit them.
Not a big deal. Actually, you know what I'm going to do this turn? I could do 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 damage. Force, what are you talking about? I'm talking about this. Here we go.
Challenge accepted.
Bring him back. He's got charge. Back into play. Hit for another 4. That is what I'm talking about.
Well played.
That's why this the Brewmaster's so good in conjunction with a creature with charge. It's hilarious. And I haven't even used my Innervate.
Charge forward.
Alright, so he's likely to pick off a few creatures here. Probably this one and then the 5/4. But that's still 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage for next turn. He's at 9. He's at 11. So chances are that will be his move, what I just described. Kill the 5/4. Kill the 3/2. There you go. 3/2. I can only do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage next turn. You'll have 2 more life. Wait, he has charge? Right, he has charge. Was not even paying attention to that. Okay. And, right. Okay. Well, we've got the charge, though. Let's go ahead and nourish for 3 cards. And looks like that's the kill. This with charge. There we go. GG. That was a really entertaining first game. Hopefully you guys liked it. Let's go game number 2. We can do game number 2 in this video. Absolutely. Watch. We're probably gonna do another. We're gonna do 2 games with this deck, and then I'll play it, and then be like, hey guys, sorry, I accidentally finished the last arena, and we'll be making a new deck. Hopefully that doesn't happen. That won't happen. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. I will make sure that does not happen. Get rid of those 2 late game cards. See what we draw into. Guess early on we'll be holding ourselves off with Shapeshift. It'll be really nice though if we can Druid of the Claw with a Mark of Nature. Have the Wrath for early game removal. He's got nothing for turn 1. We've got our Claw also for removal. It's on the turn right now. So we can Druid of the Claw turn 4. If we draw an Innervate, we can do it next turn. There's a 2/1, that thing's dead. Just go with the easy kill. Pass the turn. Drew into our Ancient of War, which we could do turn 6 if we hold on to the coin. Have some very nice removal. That's gonna get Wrathed this turn. Or Clawed. Should I Wrath it or Claw it? Why don't we just Claw it? Just Claw it. Save the Wrath. You know, I could just use it. I could use it for 3, because the thing is, the attack, I only took 2 damage. I got the extra armor. Say he's got a creature, say he plays like a, I don't know, like a 5/3 or something. At least with a Wrath, I can have a better chance against it, you know what I mean? At this point, we could Druid of the Claw. And I would do it with Taunt. Sure, why don't we do that? We're gonna do this with taunt.
Where shall I strike?
Give him the extra health to deal with this guy. Not a lot of silence available for the Druid, except for any neutral stuff that he may draw into. And if he swings, I can kill this in 2 turns and only take 4 damage. Plus, I can pump it up if I so desire with the Mark of Nature. The other option is to Harvest Golem and give him a 4 taunt. That could work pretty well too. Ooh, probably don't want to swipe. So I could just do this. He'd be a 4/2. He could kill it next turn, or I could pump it up to save it. I can't do this and that this turn. I could also Wrath to kill that, and then kill that. Sure. Let's go Wrath with 3. Kill his 2/4. And let's throw down a Harvest. And I might give him +4 attack next turn. We'll see. Chances are pretty good he'll have removal for my 4/2 this turn. I'm assuming he's got something to deal with it. He's a 3/6 taunt, that's not enough. Let's go like this.
What to do?
+4 in taunt. Yep, that way. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that turn. I think that was all right. We kept our taunt in play. Still have our 2/1 sitting here. I was gonna play the Lord of the Arena, but I wanted to clear his board. And I may very well do him with +5 attack next turn, depending on what he plays here. I mean, I think 9 times out of 10, it's better just to play him with the taunt, because it's a lot safer. He's got 10 health instead of 5. Because I'd much rather have a 5/10 taunt than a 10/5 attack most of the time. Oh, here we go. And he's gonna take care of this. Is it worth swiping? No, definitely not. Just attack into it. Save the swipe. Save the swipe, absolutely.
Job's done.
Yeah, yep. That's the right move. I am A-okay with that. He does have card advantage right now. And we're at the same health. Man, these Druid games. They're gonna go on forever.
No, take candle.
Cenarius? 2 minions with taunt? We can kill that with 4, 5, 6, 7, but let's go with the Cenarius with the double taunt. Let's kill his 2/2s. Rock on. Now we can't touch Cenarius with a 6/7 until he works through these taunts, which he can do with AoE. I think it's Starfall. It's 5 damage to 1 or 2 damage across the board, which would be his best move right now. Because it'd clear all of this, and then be able to hit this fatally, and still have that alive. Play 3/5 taunt.
Join or die.
And go with that. For my 1 taunter. Alright, we've got 9 right now. We could go 6, 7, 8, 9.
What to do?
Yep, that's the play. Watch this.
Sorrow.
6, 7, 8, 9.
The future hold.
We get rid of... We have to go through the taunt. So we go through the taunt. And then we kill this with that. And then we hit him directly.
Job done.
Mm-hmm. If he does not have mass board clearing right now, next turn will be amazing. It will be a Stormwind champion plus a Mark of Nature with +4 attack on the Thraumar Farseer. That's my tentative plan, at least. That, of course, can change. We'll have to see. My tentative plan. He does the trade with the 1 taunt, plays a taunt of his own,
We must cleanse
gives it
the
+1/+1, which is good. But unfortunately for him, not quite enough. So I go with this.
The might of Stormwind.
I almost want to save him in case I get bounce back, but we could also do +1/+1 across the board. No, you know what? Let's do this actually. I'm gonna save my Cenarius. We're gonna do +4 and taunt. Yeah.
Naturally.
Kill that. Kill that. I like keeping a taunt in play, an extra taunt. I like saving my Cenarius in case I get any bounce back and I can play him again, which would be amazing.
What you looking at?
We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6. We've got fatal damage for next turn if he doesn't kill my creatures. And is this the win?
Summoning portal.
Yep. That is the win. My lord. That was really nice.
Natural.
Wow. These first 2 games, guys, bode very well for this Druid late game taunty control deck. It's gonna make the videos for this arena run quite long. Now I apologize. I realize it must be frustrating seeing the first 2 games of another deck and then switching decks, but I promise you I will remember not to play through the rest of this arena, and we'll make sure we record all of this series to show it to you guys. So there you go, guys. Control Druid, 2-0 right now. Let's see if we can go for the 9 wins. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Keep watching and keep owning.